What is up, guys? It is your Coronos Airblade bringing you guys the January 11th Raw review of tonight's show. Tonight's show was live out of New Orleans. Um, Before the video does start, please slash that like button down below if you're Coronos Airblade. And if you are new, please hit that subscribe button down below for more WWE news, rumors, and reviews. I will be hopefully reviewing the Royal Rumble in a few weeks here. So. Then you got next week's Raw we'll be reviewing and stuff like that. Also, a lot of people have been wondering why I didn't review the first SmackDown of 2016. I really didn't see a point. It was complete shitty. The only best thing was Ronaldo Romero on commentary. That's about the best thing on that SmackDown, but that's why I did not review it. So a lot of people were asking me. But I'm just gonna hop right into the show. The show was kicked off with Vince McMahon, or I think it was Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon come down to the ring, talking shit about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns actually goes down to the ring, asks Vince McMahon what happens if he does win, and Vince McMahon does not know what happens, and they just blow it off like he's not gonna win the Rumble anyways. So that, and they schedule the main event for tonight, which is actually a 1 versus all match. So basically half the roster versus Reigns tonight in the main event. We'll get to the main event in a little bit, but basically that's the opening segment. If they put it to enough, if they put all the stuff, like all the time they've been trying to get Roman Reigns over and build Roman Reigns up to be the new face after Cena, to the rest of the roster, they've been spreading that for the whole roster. If they would have did that, it would be must-see television, but they're just focusing on one guy and they're completely neglecting the rest of the roster right now. Don't get me wrong, Brock Lesnar was back tonight, so that was one highlight of the show, I guess. Even though he was only out in the ring, he was only seen backstage once. He was out in the ring for about 5 minutes. That's basically all we got of him tonight. But expect to see a lot more Brock Lesnar as well, because Cena is down with an injury now. So Brock Lesnar did sign more dates onto his contract. So he will be appearing on probably Raw next week and the week after, leading to Royal Rumble. Also confirmed that Brock Lesnar will be in the Royal Rumble as well. My plan basically is to have Roman Reigns start at number 1 because he's going to be defending the title in the Royal Rumble. What better thing to have is Brock Lesnar come out at number 2 in the Royal Rumble. So start the Royal Rumble off with Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns and go from there. Must see Royal Rumble beginning right there. Bring Triple H back, have Triple H come out at number 30, screw Roman Reigns over. Brock Lesnar, or either Triple H or Brock Lesnar wins the title, goes to WrestleMania. Go from there. Then after that, it's actually going to be breaking down. There's a whole roster on the stage. Dean Ambrose gets sneak attacked by Sheamus tonight, leading into the first match of the night, which is actually Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose. Don't really know what the point of the match was. It was a pretty good match. Went for about 10 minutes. At one point, actually, I thought Ambrose really fucking broke his neck outside the ring. He landed so hard on one of those barricades, his neck completely like fucking twisted backwards. I thought he literally fucking broke his neck. Seemed to be fine though. It was reported that he actually had a lot of wrist problems lately, so I don't know why they're having him wrestle him constantly when he has wrist problems. So need to hold back on Ambrose. Make him do a couple promos, let him relax up to the Royal Rumble, go against Kevin Owens. Match does end though with a DQ. Kevin Owens comes down to the ring and starts beating the shit out of Dean Ambrose again. Throws him into the steps, throws him into the barricade. Then you got Kevin Owens being taken away by the referees. They're making this feud built up very well. He had last week with Neville getting completely beat the shit out of, and Kevin Owens actually beating the shit out of Ambrose, and Ambrose putting him through the table. This feud's probably one of the most built up feuds they're doing in a long time. Looking really forward in the next few weeks here when they are building this rest of this feud up. Very good feud. It's going to be a super good match at a rematch. They did have it on SmackDown. It broke down into a big ass brawl at the end. Nobody won. It was a count out. So Ambrose retained the title. Kevin Owens, I guess lost, but it was kind of a draw at the end of SmackDown. But really looking forward to these two guys at Royal Rumble. It's going to be one hell of a match. It's going to be physical. It's going to be personal. They're making it really built up as very good. So decent match, building towards the match again as well, so that's very nice. After that's gonna be Gold Dust, or not Gold Dust, Stardust. A lot of you guys, I know a few of you actually said that was actually saying Gold Dust last week. It was Stardust. I do apologize. I realized that like 20 minutes after I put the video up. I actually said the wrong person. It's Stardust. They're gonna be having a rematch, Stardust versus Titus O'Neil, which I made absolutely no sense. Why have a rematch? Titus O'Neil won last week with the Clash of the Titus. This match went on for about 5 minutes. I actually had to do chores. I was in the middle of a Wi-Fi battle, and then I actually had my internet got disconnected because parents got mad at me because I wasn't doing my chores. So I had to go do my chores for about 10 minutes, and then I came back. It was the middle of the match. I didn't see the beginning of the match, but towards the middle, you have Stardust going top rope. He gets countered. He gets lifted up for the Clash of the Titus, and it's 1-2-3. Titus O'Neil does pick up the victory. So now Titus O'Neil has 2 consecutive victories over Stardust. He's sitting celebrating with the crowd, and out of nowhere, Stardust actually attacks him from behind, and he looks very frustrated. So I'm assuming this is actually a perfect timing right around this time to turn Stardust, get rid of Stardust, get rid of the whole Stardust gimmick. It's doing nothing for Cody. At Royal Rumble, when he comes out in the Royal Rumble, debut him back as Cody Rhodes, and then it's a perfect opportunity for him to do that. Go have him eliminate a few scrubs in the Royal Rumble, build him up in the Royal Rumble, and the next week on Raw, have him come out and say he was frustrated with the last character, he was not getting any push, saying he was tired of losing to fucking scrubs. Do something with that, and then build a storyline with somebody from there. I can see him being a very good mid card, Cody Rhodes character, having him be. You guys are at a lack of heels right now, so build him up as a decent heel in the mid card. I could see him going against for the U.S. title or the Intercontinental Championship, going towards WrestleMania. Just booked Cody Rhodes for you guys. Make him lose the whole Stardust gimmick. It's doing nothing for him. He's been Stardust for the last year. It's been doing nothing for him. He's been jobbing to everybody. They tried pairing him with the Ascension. Ascension did absolutely nothing for him. It did nothing for the Ascension. So. After that, it is going to be what was it again? It was Chris Jericho with the highlight reel. Chris Jericho was back on Raw tonight. Probably one of the most entertaining parts of Raw. Actually, was looking forward to this part. Chris Jericho on the highlight reel with the New Day. New Day comes out the ring, talks a bunch of shit about just Chris Jericho. About 5 minutes after they're talking shit about Chris Jericho, the Usos out of nowhere come down to the ring and say they want to fight, that they're the regular Slammy Wars or some shit, and they actually want to fight the New Day. It breaks down into a 2v2 match. It's Big E and Kofi Kingston versus the Usos with Xavier Woods at ringside and Chris Jericho on the Usos outside ringside there. So it breaks down into a tag team match. It's not a Raw without tag team match, guys. Xavier Woods keeps blowing the trumpet outside the ring. It pisses off Chris Jericho. He actually runs into Chris Jericho outside the ring and actually causes a big distraction for Kofi Kingston and Big E. Chris Jericho actually does break the trumpet in half. Xavier Woods a little bit playing it overreaction. It was not really believable. He's sitting there fucking bawling his head off. He's yelling, why? It looks absolutely fucking made up. They're not playing it organic. It doesn't look organic to me. Off the distraction, Jimmy Uso actually rolls up Kofi Kingston, and the Usos actually pick up the victory. So I'm not quite sure where it's going to go from there. There's not really anybody in the tag team division that's really built up to go against the New Day for Royal Rumble yet, so I'm assuming they're going to go against the Usos again. The Usos fucking suck. I do not like the Usos whatsoever. The Usos, in my opinion, are just fucking plain garbage. Repetitive shit every time you see them in the ring. Big frog splash with a couple kicks and slaps to the face. Same shit in every match. So, assuming that's going to try building that up, or it's going to be some multi-man match at Royal Rumble. After that, it was actually, I think it was actually the Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family did come down to the ring, and we're talking about the Royal Rumble. Out of nowhere, my favorite 4 guys right now, they formed a faction last week called #Social Outcasts. Heath Slater, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and Adam Rose come down to the ring, and I really like this faction. They're gonna start building up really well, as I think. They didn't get really much time tonight, but I'm assuming next week and the next week after they're gonna start building these guys up a lot. At least they're doing something with them. They've been jobbers for the last like what 5 months. All of them. You haven't seen Slater on TV, barely ever. Um, Curtis Axel's been behind stage. I don't know where the fuck he's been, but you got the muscle, which is Axel. You got the mouthpiece, which is Heath Slater, as a very great heel. He's very good on the mic. You got Bo Dallas, which is also great on the mic, and you got one of the athletics, probably Bo Dallas and probably Adam Rose is the athletic pieces of the group. So decent group. They actually come out and challenge the Wyatt family. It actually breaks down into a 8-man tag. Again, it's not a Raw without an 8-man tag, right? I didn't mind it though. Hashtag social outcast. They got their own shirts and shit now. They actually got their own entrance, which was cool to see. Very nice entrance, very nice shirts as well. They got their own shirt line now, I guess. I'm gonna be threading on Twitter later. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Actually, Heath Slater actually retweeted my tweet. Actually, I tweeted at him, and he actually retweeted my tweet. So I was that was very awesome. I did not expect that whatsoever as well. So, it goes on for about 2 minutes. It breaks down into a big brawl. Started out with Braun Strowman. I really did not think. They keep taking out. First, it starts with Adam Rose. Adam Rose can't do nothing. He takes out into Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas gets his ass handed to him. He goes out into Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel starts taking down Strowman. However, Curtis Axel gets thrown across the damn ring, and he actually takes out to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt starts kicking Curtis Axel's ass, and it breaks down into a big ass brawl. Out of nowhere, Roydback comes running down to the ring and starts beating the shit out of Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan. Not quite sure why you have Ryback coming down to the ring. He has nothing to do with the Social Outcasts. I guess they beat the shit out of him on the Wyatts beat the shit out of him last week on Raw, but that has nothing really to do with the Social Outcasts. Social Outcasts were beating the shit out of Eric Rowan in the ring. Again, making Eric Rowan look plain weak in the ring. He was the last one to get the beat shit out of him. Had Strowman have to come into the ring and bail him out again as well. So, all it does, really, I really don't give a shit about Roydback, but as long as it makes the Social Outcast look strong, I'm assuming on SmackDown it's going to break down into a 5-man tag or something like that, something stupid, probably a 4-man or 8-man tag on SmackDown again. Social Outcast and Ryback against the Wyatts or some shit. After that was going to be the Divas match, Brie Bella versus Charlotte. The match didn't even get underway. Charlotte's entrance, Becky Lynch actually comes out and actually starts beating the shit out of Charlotte. Becky Lynch is probably one of the best wrestlers to move up to the main roster with all the other divas. You got Sasha Banks out on the DL now with the injury. She got a very good reaction from the crowd tonight. So, they're building Becky up very nice, but I really don't think it's doing too much for Charlotte. More of the focus on Charlotte, it's more on Ric Flair. It's not really from on to Charlotte, so made Becky look strong. That's about all it did. It made Charlotte look like a piece of shit. After that, it was actually I think there was one more match after that. I'm not quite sure. If I don't remember it, I'll just put it in the description, guys, of what I thought about it. But I'm just going to go right into the main event, because we're pretty deep in this video already. Main event, it was Roman Reigns, starting it off with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens actually put up a damn good fight. I know it went, I was like looking at my clock, it was like already 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, this can't go on much longer. You have all these guys that go against Roman Reigns yet. What I really predicted was all the faces that come out, like Dolph Ziggler, the Usos, Dean Ambrose, and beat the shit out of the heels, which were only at ringside with Vince McMahon. You had the Ascension, you had Tyler Breeze out there, you had the Wyatts, you had New Day, you had Owens, you had Sheamus out there as well. You had Stardust out there. I think you had Goldust as well. Otherwise, it went for about a good 10 minutes. Towards the end, it started breaking down. Vince McMahon sent everybody in, beat the shit out of Roman Reigns. They make Roman Reigns look like a piece of shit tonight, but in the end, they made Tyler Breeze look like a piece of shit too. He actually took a spear from Roman Reigns, which I was like made absolute no sense. You bring Tyler Breeze up to the roster, he does good in the first month or so, going against Ziggler, then he's back down to jobber status. So Ziggler or Tyler Breeze looking like a piece of shit on live TV tonight, I guess, getting speared by Roman Reigns. And Stardust getting speared by Roman Reigns as well outside the ring. Then you got Brock Lesnar coming down to the ring. Best part of the night. Brock Lesnar coming down to the ring, completely whips everybody around, delivers suplex after suplex to everybody in the ring. In the end, Roman Reigns is the only one in the ring. He delivers a huge F5 to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is laying in the ring, fucking bleeding out of the mouth. I think it's chipped his tooth or something because he was actually had blood in his mouth. So probably knocked his tooth a good one. And actually, it's confirmed Brock Lesnar is in the Royal Rumble. He really didn't want to decide to go in the Royal Rumble, but then I guess he wanted to kick everybody's ass. Now he's in the Royal Rumble for some reason. But if they do what I say, they put in Brock Lesnar at number 2, and they have Roman Reigns starting it out as number 1. It'll be a damn good Royal Rumble for starting. That and bring back Cody Rhodes in the middle of the Royal Rumble, have him eliminate a few scrubs, get him built up again to come out on Raw next week and on the week after, and say why he went from Stardust over to Cody Rhodes again. Chris Jericho is going to be in the Rumble. You have a bunch of, I think, bring back AJ Styles. AJ Styles rumored to be in the Royal Rumble again, along with the Bullet Club, a few of the Bullet Club members. Other than that, though, Raw did go off the air then, with Brock Lesnar being announced in the Royal Rumble. So left a complete waste out ringside. All the heels were like fucking dead. New Day, the Wyatts, everybody was dead outside. Other than that, though, that is the review for Raw tonight. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, made this far. Please slash the like button down below if you did enjoy this review. And if you are new, please hit the subscribe button down below as well. It really helps me out a lot. We are at 33 right now, so hopefully to get up to 40 in about a week or so here. That being said, though, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoy. See you guys next week.